Okay, hello everyone, it's Mr. Alberonen here again, and today we're going to be going over Sabito's trailer and breaking down everything we see in it. If you haven't seen one of these videos that I've done before, we just watch the trailer together, and then afterwards I go over and nitpick of all the little things we see. And obviously, just like every other character, Sabito looks amazing, and we've got another cool looking water breather. And I'm not complaining like everyone else that we've got another water breather, because they still managed to make him look unique compared to everyone else. That's an interesting move. I honestly don't know what that is. It's an animation of some other special we haven't seen before. Some cool water slashes. Now his grab. Something that's similar to Tanjiro's, but slightly different. There's a cool combo from an upwards attack string. And then we have his ultimate. So from first viewing, it doesn't feel like you've seen that much. Because it seems like he just does a bunch of slashes and copies a few of Tanjiro's things. But I assure you, he's a bit unique in his own right. Don't worry, don't worry. Not as interesting as characters like Mr. Urokodaki and Mac, but he's still pretty interesting. So, let's go over everything that we see. So first we get to see his attack string, and we don't get to see the full thing first up, unfortunately. He just does a few slashes and then they cut to the next scene, where he does another slash and then cancels it into one of his special moves. Now, a lot of people say this is the exact same as Tanjiro's like waterfall downwards slash move thingy, but it's slightly different because he has this extra attack at the start that kind of makes it work like an uppercut. He does this upward slash when he activates it and then goes in for the slash, so maybe it's more of an anti-air than the regular version that Tanjiro does, and just makes it slightly different, but it ends up with the same animation. But it'll probably give it a different use to Tanjiro's. And you see him dodge out of the way of Tanjiro rolling away with the water wheel. And then he does his air attack, and it's very similar to Tanjiro's once again, except it hits twice it looks like, and then you can go into his attack strings. This move, we can't tell what it actually is, because they just cut straight into the animation. My best guess is that it's off of some special move that we haven't really seen yet, or yeah, it's got to be off of one of his special moves when he's in his awakened state, so maybe the water wheel, or the tornado, like whirlpool thingy, or one of his other special, like his own special move, and it's the extra animation, because it doesn't really look like a grab, and yeah, I have no idea what this animation is tagged on the back of, but it looks really cool, like how he's running around and like Tanjiro's getting engulfed in the water and then he slashes down. It looks amazing, but I just can't tell what it is. Then we get to see some of his awakened slashes, where he's got all the flashy water particle effects that look amazing. He's got a lot of extra spins when he's in his awakened state, so a lot of extra hits. Maybe he can go through armor a bit more easily or something, I'm not sure. This is his grab animation. It looks very much like a grab, but even though we don't get to see the start in, I would bet money that that's his grab. Now next we see his, I should remember what the moves are called from the show, but his like whirlpool tornado water thingy thing, where he just makes this like spiral, and unlike Tanjiro, who like travels really high in the air and goes up with it, Sabito stays kind of like on the ground, but it does seem like it hits a lot more times than Tanjiro, because Tanjiro just hits a few times and then they get blasted away. In this one, the opponent kind of gets held there for a bit and hit a bunch of times before they get launched away. So maybe it does a little bit more damage, or just has a bit more hit stun for easier combos or something, but it doesn't take him off of the ground as much. So what that actually means, not quite sure yet, but I'm sure it'll have slightly different applications than Tanjiro's does. Next we see something interesting, and honestly I'm not entirely sure what's going on here. This might be what upwards combo strings look like. So he does a slash, and then the final hit that he does launches the opponent into the air, and he does a homing dash to chase after them and do some attacks in the air. So we've been told that, as I've said in basically every video, the downwards version of your attack string combo just splats the opponent on the ground and does more damage, but the upwards version launches the opponent into the air for a combo. But I assumed that the upwards version would have an animation, but it seems like it doesn't, if this is what I think it is. And I believe it is, because it launches the opponent straight into the air, and then he charges up with a homing dash. So we kind of saw this in Mr. Urokodaki's trailer, but I wasn't entirely sure then. But now I'm pretty sure that upwards combos are just going to be, a few hits, and then you get launched into the air. And then you can chase up with a homing dash, or maybe some other special move that you have that chases down. And then he gets to do some attacks in the air. And yeah, then we get to see his ultimate animation. Unfortunately, we don't see the into, like what he actually does to activate it. But you know, it looks pretty cool regardless. All the water breathing ultimate attacks look really awesome. But yeah, Sabito, he does have his like sprinkle of uniqueness from all the other water breathers. He has, you know, slight moves that look quite similar, but I feel like they've changed the into and out of the moves, like the startup frames and the recovery frames and animations all look slightly different to make him, you know, a little bit more unique. But yeah, that's about all we have to say. He didn't have anything too unique, honestly, but he was just slightly different to the other water breathers. But it was cool how we got to see a few new mechanic changes, like a few of the mechanics, like the upwards attack string leading to combos. But anyways, thanks for watching all the way through this video. I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you next one. Bye!